got stuff.
Episode 3, alright. We got more lights. We got the side lights.
We got switches.
Done there. The rest of the switches, because we have the old switches on there. The lights, alright, and the switches. Alright.
Let's unbox them. Our nice 5 red switches.
5 more.
We're gonna be adding to the switch panel.
Made in China.
I don't care. They look nice. Okay, so I have put on these bracket. Paul stripped the entire central electrical wire so that we can figure out what wires go to the motor and anywhere in general. And while he continues to do that and figure out how we need to wire it so that we can actually get the engine to start. Yeah, so Paul's gonna be replacing that. And I'm actually gonna be heading on down to Ace real quick to get some extra parts that we need. And yeah, then I'll come right back and we'll see what else we can get finished tonight. Okay, so I just got back from Ace. I got us some 1" by 5" flex tubing so that Paul can wire the center wiring so that we can get it to go to the center console. We're not gonna be using electrical tape like the previous owners did. They use so much electrical tape. I bet they probably use like $100 worth. And in different colors. And they didn't even do it properly. And I also got these slightly longer bolts for the front round lights because the brackets are actually they're too small. They don't fit on the front bar, which is like twice as thick as the other ones. So I bought these extra long bolts, hoping that maybe if we had it a little bit longer, it might be able to stay on.
So yeah.
So Paul, what did you discover about 90% of the wires?
Oh yeah, 90% of the wires going to the back, because there was like probably 200. Look, this is the amount of wires that there were going to that. Like, all of those were just for the fucking taillights. And I was trying to figure out which wires are going to the engine, so I just cut off all the wires to the taillights, and it turns out there's only 4 wires going to the engine. So yeah, fun. That's gonna be way easier to fucking fix.
We managed to finally get these front halogen lights, these round ones on, with some longer bolts that we bought from Ace. From Ace. And
hey, we're back on another day. Today's been really boring. We got the engine working again. I'm rewiring all of those electrical components right now. Now what we have right here, so switch thing is gonna go right here. I gotta put in the new switches. Massimo, right now, we're gonna put an indicator light for the fuel pump so we know when it's on or not to make sure, because if it's not on, then the engine won't start.
And if we leave it on, that's not good either.
Well, I mean, if you take the key out, at least it'll turn off, but yeah. We need to switch all the switches too, to the new ones, which I don't know where they are. And then we'll wire everything, so then we're done. So I'm gonna do that today. We also made the lights up there in our new shop, because I don't know if you guys realize that we went into this now. We took one of the storage units from his dad's company because it was free right now, and we got it for doing all this work that we're doing. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days and we've made a lot of changes. We've finished wiring the back tail lights and blinkers. Blinkers, mostly.
We finally got the motor started again.
with the new coil. I think it's louder, it makes more power probably. We got better spark.
We got a new distributor. So that's distributing all the power to the spark plugs.
Doing it better.
And making sure it's all efficient, timed correctly.
We got all these wires going in. Don't worry about these temporary testing wires. We literally have them on with house connectors right now. You know, these like twist connectors that you put in your house walls and stuff. This is just for testing. We're gonna end up making it all nice after. We just want to get all these wires wired, so then we can just pass them, do our thing. We're gonna have them under probably the
Pool
thing.
noodles.
But I mean, we're probably gonna get some nice actual roll cage ones because they're denser, so they're safer. We got the turn signals working on everything.
We got the whole dash set up with all the nice new switches.
One of the things that we did, because we realized this was a problem, is when you turned it on, we wanted the fuel pump to be on a switch, so it's on a switch right here. But we never realized, like, you know, when it's on or not, so now we have a light for that, so that helps. We're probably gonna put another light so we know when power's on in the car, so we don't accidentally leave it on or stuff like that. All the lights work. I don't know, it's coming together really, really well.
And actually, we got a brand new 26R battery so that it can sustain all of our LEDs, and we just want to make sure we had the right battery that's working properly instead of whatever battery the previous owners put on it. We've got all the blinkers synced up, so they're running at a normal pace. We have a triple switch for it, an on or off. On switch. We moved the RPM meter or the tachometer over to behind the wheel-ish so that it's out of the way, and we actually have a speedometer that we're gonna put on.
Well, we
that
have
came
this
from a
old
motorcycle.
bike. So we have a motorcycle that we started to renovate also with his dad that we haven't filmed anything about yet. And this was the old thing that was on there, and we're gonna use this temporarily until we get another one, so we know which turn signals are going, you know,
How fast we're going.
neutral. We get our speed. We'll still have this one for here. We're gonna change these out for better ones, and yeah, we're gonna get everything working. Next step is to get the brakes working again because I unplugged everything so I can get the right wires going. So next time we're gonna do the brakes. We're gonna hook this up, and
Next time we also have
start
these.
driving it again.
We also have these sweet LEDs that we got that we're gonna put on the underside of the
Just a
LED
little
bar.
bit, a little bit on the underside.
Yeah, so
on
that we
another
can actually
switch.
see into the cabin.
Yeah,
And
at night and
know
stuff.
what to do. Because we have all these exterior lights.
But not interior lights.
Yeah.
And soon we're gonna get all the RGB lights to put on here, but this
Yeah.
will be nice
RGB
for,
is
like,
the last step. RGB is the accessory.
And that's good because we have 2 switches left. So we'll have one for the interior light and one for all the RGB things. Also, flag. We got a flag. We're gonna make it our own custom RGB so that we can use the same LEDs that we're gonna be using on the car, so everything's synced together.
Except
We're
this is
gonna put-
huge and doesn't.
Yeah.
It hits the roof
But
without
we're
even
gonna-
reaching where we want.
For that, we're gonna put a clear tube and put the LEDs inside, so then everything's exactly the same. It's gonna flow nicer, you know, it's gonna be cool. So, I think we're gonna drive to school really soon now.
Yeah.
So-
Date still to come, but it's really close to finishing. Oh, and we're gonna actually put backup reservoir of gasoline up on top just in case
Well, we'll put it
our
like
11
sideways
gets.
and we can still
Yeah.
have space also for other stuff if we need to. But yeah, stay tuned. This was a long one. I know it's been a while since we posted those last videos because we posted them kind of close. That was my bad. I should have waited a little bit before like posting them together. But at least we're getting this one out and get the next one out, you know. But this one was a long one, just a lot of boring electrical. So sorry about that, but at least it works now.
Yeah. So there's still a lot more in store for this sandrail, and that'll all be coming up soon. Stay tuned, and remember, folks, stay salty.